I'm Raúl Pomares, founding partner of Sonen Capital, and this region is important for very many reasons. Number one, we think it's an incredible opportunity that's been often overlooked by much of the global impact investment ecosystem in terms of both opportunity and need. And so this is an area where we've chosen to focus our time and energy and efforts. It also helps that personally I actually started my career in Latin America many years ago. And so for me, it's a bit of a homecoming to be able to come back to this region and take the work that I've developed globally in the world in the field of impact investing and apply it to what is most personally relevant to me. It's a great question, and maturing is the right word, I think, to use, because historically it has been a far less mature ecosystem. It's taken both, and from both sides, both in terms of asset allocators understanding how to invest in the region, but as well as the opportunity set that was available to them. And I would say in the last 10 years, in large part thanks to the amazing work of New Ventures in creating not only its business, but this event, we've seen a rapid maturing of this ecosystem. Every time we come here, we see more and more quality entrepreneurs. We see funds finally starting to reach scale. Now, is it at the same level that we see in other global markets? No, but it shows extreme promise, and the fact that 60% of this year's attendants are new just shows you that there's a constant flow of fresh ideas and fresh talent coming into this field. Yes, but it's also out of work that we've had to do to expose the world to this region. As I said earlier, often it's, sadly, it has been, when you think of it in the context of the global impact investing ecosystem, it has been somewhat overlooked to the attention that other regions of the world, not to suggest that those regions don't have absolute need and represent compelling opportunities, but I think in particular for US-based investors, when you think about some of the bigger macro things that are happening in the world in terms of US policies and opportunities, it's been overlooked. And if you think about all the work that's being done to strengthen our supply chains in a post-COVID world, what we saw recently, the headline that Mexico becoming, surpassing and becoming the biggest importer. These are all trends we have been advocating for and describing for some time, and that's what's led us to be here. And so exposing asset owners, in particular, as I said, asset owners in this hemisphere to the opportunity here has been a big part of what we've been focused on. So we're very thankful. So out of this FLII event, I had an opportunity to connect with the folks from Grupo Bimbo. And in discussions with them, began to learn that they were looking how to implement impact in their pension fund. And as a result of that, recognized that given the regulatory environment in which they operated, they needed to have a fund. In order for us to be successful in bringing them a fund, we also know we needed to have a local partner. And so we joined forces with Fondo de Fondos, one of the leading asset managers here in Mexico, and we believe what we've brought to the market now is the most compelling combination of a regional local fund manager and a globally recognized leader in impact to create a portfolio strategy not only to meet Grupo Bimbo's needs, but very fortunately to attract others to co-invest along with us, us and them, into the region. Absolutely. In fairness, though, not to the scale we'd hoped. We did go knock on many other doors, and unfortunately weren't as successful in attracting as many as we'd hoped. But rest assured, in the end, we were successful in attracting other pension funds, as well as other development finance institutions and family offices of institutional scale to bring this first fund. And we're optimistic that on the heels of this fund, we'll be in a position to really do something different and truly attract, and having proven the concept with a fund of respectable size, be able to then demonstrate to other institutional investors, both in the region and outside the region, that there is an opportunity and ability to do this work here. Well, first you just have to look at the demographics. You have an incredibly younger population. Then you look at the needs and the needs to. Sadly, Latin America was disproportionately adversely affected by the effects of COVID. So that's created a massive needs. Thirdly, you look at, as I said, the proximity to the largest market in the world, the United States. And you combine all those factors, and you have an incredible pool of talent that you can be developed to really transition and transform the supply chains into the U.S., which can in turn create begin to rebuild that middle class that we've actually sadly lost a lot of here in Latin America, and then become the consumers of these new more sustainable and social businesses that are creating goods and services for them to utilize. Without a doubt, from our perspective, and that's why we're here. We continue to be here, and we only look to strengthen our presence in the region.